Greetings, internet drinking buddies. My name is Link. The show's name is Tubbin and Chugging, and on this half-century episode, we will be imbibing, sadly, Evan Williams. Welcome back to the tub, everybody. As I've hit the halfway mark to the century, the 50th episode here, I decided to, celebrate with a particularly terrible bourbon something of an inside joke with a lot of my college friends and I. So now that I've sufficiently poisoned the well on what to expect from this episode, let's go ahead and take a closer look at Evan Williams here. Evan Williams Genuine Sour Mash, or E-Dub as we like to call it here in the biz. It's been around since 1783, and while that was the year the U.S. Constitution was made, people want to make changes to that. Maybe they should make some changes to this bourbon here. Bourbon, of course, means that the whiskey is comprised of at least 51% corn from its overall grain percentage that goes into it. And typically it produces like a sweeter taste than something like a Scotch might. Now, E-Dub supposedly has this sweetness with hints of vanilla in it, so I guess, we'll look out for that. Pricing-wise, it comes in at $16 for a handle. Combine that with its 43% APV, and that computes out to just over 40 cents per drink, which might help explain why a bunch of college bros bought the thing in the first place. Now, this is sort of the part of the intro where I go into my history with the project, and as I mentioned, I've had this thing more times than I can count, and I've already told you I don't like it. So I guess sort of the point of this review is to go in knowing it's going to be a bad product and to try to explain why I think it's bad and what could be done to make it better if that's possible, or what you should maybe look out for to avoid getting a product like this. And obviously, there's only one way to drink something like this. It's going to be a shot o'clock. So we'll be doing that out of this Vegas shot glass. It's kind of an inside joke. Alright, it's poured. It smells as bad as I remember, but now that I'm on the lookout for it, that is a little bit of a hint of a vanilla extract that I'm smelling there. So, okay, maybe that is sort of the thing they're going for. I'll try to, I guess, factor that into the taste profile. We do need a toast. Here's to bad decisions that feel right in the moment. God damn, why do I do this? Oh, it's so bad. Okay. So, detail. What's bad about it? First is the burn. A burn from an alcohol is to be expected to a certain degree. It is, it's literally poison that's entering your mouth, and your body should want to reject it in some capacity. The problem with this is that it lingers. It hits you hard, and it doesn't go away. It's still there. It's not even into my throat yet. I mean, the part that went down is, I feel it there, but we're just inching down the throat with the whole thing. The second part, the low quality of the acetone that gets mixed into this thing to use as the alcoholic base just hides up, or covers up, any sort of sense of what a taste could be, right? When you smell it again, I get the little hint of vanilla now that I look for it. The problem is that it just smells like shitty bourbon from the start, and so you have to really look out for it. And that should sort of key you into the process that this is not going to be favorable for you. You'll see a lot of people, maybe not a lot of people, but if somebody doesn't like alcohol and they're trying to drink it, they'll cover their nose, right, before they drink it, because a lot of the taste comes from the smell. So when the smell is bad, that's usually a good sign that you're not going to enjoy what you're about to drink. So be on the lookout for that when you do like a tasting test, or maybe you get like a flight of whiskeys or beers or whatever at a restaurant. You kind of smell them and be like, oh, this is what I should look out for. And then when you taste it, try to reconfirm the bias that you had going into it to see if it lines up or not. Sometimes it is surprisingly different, but most of the time I would say that the smell is going to be a very good indication of the taste. When it smells like that, it's not going to taste good. So you drink it and you just immediately get a sense of acetone burn all over your mouth. It's still there, by the way. Has not gone away. acetone burn all over your mouth, and you can't taste any of what the good stuff is supposed to be because it's been completely hidden by all of the rest of the burning alcohol taste. I think this is what, like, people that especially don't like alcohol will usually say, oh, I only taste the alcohol in this product. And that's what I get from Evan Williams. That's sort of my empathy connection to people like that. When I drink like an 8% Smirnoff Ice or whatever, that doesn't taste like alcohol at all to me. I don't understand where the 8% is until I realize that the sugar is just covering up that, supposed alcohol taste. Other people are more sensitive to the taste of alcohol, and they can't get to the sugar. But this product is just so bad that you can't even begin to taste the nuance of the taste because the acetone level is so high. So it doesn't work out in that respect. Is there a good side to this product? Well, it is cheap. We talked about that at a full handle, which I did not buy for this because I don't want to drink a full handle of Evan Williams, at least anymore. At a full handle price, it's not bad. It's 40 cents. If you're just looking to get drunk on like the cheapest thing that you can find, not that. There's stuff that goes for like under 30 cents. Vodka of the Gods, also terrible, but like in a funner way than whatever the hell this thing is supposed to be. So I guess the point of this is just to say that if you're looking to have a cheap bourbon experience, don't, find something better. If the only point is I don't care how much it tastes, get Everclear, man. Get like some really high proof thing that's also cheap and just swallow that, because you're not getting any kind of taste profile from this. Maybe, and I mean maybe, if you pour this into a whiskey-based cocktail and you're just like, the whiskey is the most expensive part of the cocktail, and all I want to do is save money on that, but still like have a nice cocktail, and the rest of the cocktail does enough to hide the ingredient of it. That is like the only use case I see for a product as bad as EW here. Unless you have a sentimental memory associated with it, and you keep drinking it with your friends for that reason. But that's it. That's really the only other reason to go ahead and buy EW here. So, if you like this video, obviously go ahead and like it. But if you like the concept of me going in knowing the product is going to be bad in the first place, let me know another one that you know is bad that you'd like to see me try. I would definitely be interested in more products like that, especially when I film a few of these at once, and I like to film. I filmed this one last, and it's kind of fun to do that as the recap. So let me know any other ones like that you think might be interesting. But please always